The state agency for the regulation of natural monopolies is seeking to prosecute the leadership of Kazakhstan and Semey's water utilities enterprise. Almost for a week, the city in the East Kazakhstan region received only limited water supply as the energy monopolists cut off the power to the enterprise to collect multi-million debts. The leadership of the local water utilities enterprise and the monopolist Kazakhstan are to blame for Semey's water collapse. The issue was discussed on Monday in the country's parliament, with the MPs demanding answers from the chief anti-monopoly official of the country. Nurlan Aldabergenov insists on punishing energy and utility workers. The situation transpired from the negligence of Kazakhstan and water utilities enterprise. In this relation, we have already appealed to the Prosecutor General, asking to take action, because what had happened is unacceptable. In early September, the local monopolist Kazakhstan cut the power to the city pumping stations due to Semey Water Utilities Enterprise's debt of almost $1.5 million. Consequently, a third of the city found itself without water. At the conference with the anti-monopoly agency reps, the MPs seemed to be almost aggressive. This malicious group should have been arrested on the spot, the water supply restored, and only then the investigation launched. Do our monopolists exist for the benefit of the people, or vice versa? The energy workers believe that the accusations are far-fetched. They say that for 5 years they repeatedly offered the water utilities a mutually beneficial multi-million-dollar debt repayment schemes, and moreover asked the assistance of the anti-monopoly officials. We couldn't terminate the contract or call the enterprise to account. The anti-monopoly agency is actually to blame here, as it is the body overseeing the execution of the law and it should have monitored the situation. Nevertheless, Kazakhstan has lifted all limits for Semey's socially important facilities since the weekend. The water utilities enterprise promised to pay us the debt of $1.5 million. The promise is being fulfilled, hence we lifted the limits. The energy workers look into the future with restricted optimism. The heating season will start in the city in just 3 weeks. Thus, all the facilities of the city's heating networks enterprise should be powered up. Unfortunately, the organization owes the monopolist more than $500,000. The struggle against terrorism and drug trafficking in Central Asia intensifies, reported on Monday representatives of anti-terrorism agencies. On September 27th, representatives of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization signed a treaty with the Central Asian Anti-Drug Trafficking Center, which should see the bodies take a new step in their development. The Central Asian Anti-Drug Trafficking Information Center has signed an agreement with the anti-terrorist structure of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Both bodies will now interact much closely, in particular in their joint operations to combat separatism, religious extremism and terrorism throughout the region. The parties, however, have yet to agree on the volume of joint work. It is very hard to talk about specifics, as our job depends on the appearance of concrete people and missions. Then we will act together, while now we are talking about the intentions and plans. The main work priorities will be drawn in more detail in the nearest future. Experts of both organizations hope for an intensive exchange of operational information. This is something that really needs to be done, judging by the current situation in the region, says the experts, citing the recent incident in Tajikistan. That was all we had time for. Join us tomorrow for more. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.